Hello and welcome to our first episode of Home at 3N. My name is Jordan, I'm part of the marketing team, and in this series I'm going to be catching up with different members of the team to see how they're finding working from home. First up we have Adam Cree, who is the Chief Revenue Officer here at 3N. Hi Adam, so in the introduction there I touched on your role briefly as the CRO. Can you give us a bit of context on that and tell us a bit more about your role at 3N?
Yeah, more than happy to. So my role here, obviously, as Chief Revenue Officer, is all things sales, marketing, client success, client services, support. Really, really varied role. But I guess the main thing here at 3M is what we did a number of years ago is try and consolidate that main sales and marketing role within the company. I think many companies still have separate departments for managing their sales and marketing, and it often leads to conflict. So I think one of the things we did was align that role under one person. So yeah, that's my job. My job is just to ensure that all those aspects of our business, all those aspects that kind of touch the client, the customer, the first experience point that they have with 3N is my responsibility.
Yep, and so you manage the RevOps team. I'm wondering, with us going entirely virtual, has that affected your ability to lead? Like, have you found remote working, are you enjoying it, or is it presenting challenges in terms of the leadership of RevOps?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely thrown up its challenges. I mean, it's enjoyable at the same time for very different reasons. But one thing that I do find is obviously in my role, what I really like to do. Well, here's the context. The reality is, if you ask me to be the best marketer in the company, I would fail. If you ask me to be the best salesperson in the company, I would fail. We've got much better people that can do that. And the same goes for support or client services. So I guess my role and what I like and what I know I'm good at and where I offer most benefit to 3N is in the fact that I love to see people succeed, love to see people grow and develop. And that's one of my main passions about being in leadership is just seeing people develop. And I guess one of the hardest things about being remote is that video call is great. You know, doing this is amazing. This is incredible. We live in a day and age that we can do this, but there's just certain cues and things that you don't pick up. You know, emotion's very hard. Even things as simple as tone of voice is very difficult because as much as you can pick up a bit of it on video calls, not quite the same as being face to face with somebody. So that often leads to, well, I find it leads to me feeling it's a lot more difficult to come alongside somebody, and especially those kind of, in doing that, I like doing that in a relational way. You know, I'm not the type for the be all end all or PDPs and performance reviews. For me, it's coming alongside people in the moment, supporting them and seeing them grow and develop, and that's really difficult. You know, having to schedule in your time with people kind of makes it more robotic, and that's frustrating. But I mean, apart from that, it's been really enjoyable so far.
So Adam, I want to ask you a personal question now. So what, outside of 3N, what have you been doing with your time to stay occupied and to keep mentally healthy?
For me, mainly it's been hanging out with the kids. Like I said, you know, I think one of the best parts of this has been having that time with my family. Funny enough, there's not been a lot of other things. I'm not a big TV watcher. I'm not a big, you know, I don't think I've watched really anything on TV since we've been on lockdown. But what I have been doing is just hanging out with the kids, even to the point actually where we're now in this kind of, I wouldn't say it's a bad habit, but we're in this habit where the kids are going down to bed at like 10 o'clock at night, which, you know, my children are 6 and 7.
What's their usual bedtime?
Their usual bedtime before this all was like 7:30, 8. So they're now like super late. Though that's a really good testament to the fact that we're actually just having fun together. You know, I also love to read. I love music. And funny thing is that at the start of this lockdown, it started me working from home. First couple of weeks, I started getting really frustrated, and we couldn't really work out why. It was my wife that identified and said to me, "Have you been listening to music recently?" Normally, I have a commute to work in the morning that's about an hour to an hour and a half long, to work and homework, and during that time, I literally have music on the whole time, and we realized that I hadn't actually been listening to music. And I was kind of feeling, you know, a bit jostled in some way. So I think I started picking up and realizing actually what helps me focus, what helps me work is sticking on music. So I've got good speaker system in front of me here. And when I'm working, I just stick on music. I find that really, really helps me. And it helps me at all other times as well outside of work, and just realizing the funny things that you don't have the same habit of doing when you're at home, but you miss because you're not in the same environment that you were in. So yeah, like music, reading, family time. That's been my life.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. We're going to be releasing new episodes every single Thursday. And in the meantime, comment down below one thing that you're enjoying most about working from home.